Hello Power Rangers fans, and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today is another entry in my little, ongoing series here on Toku Topics, where I'm just unboxing a bunch of Power Rangers Megaforce stuff. So, if you've been watching kind of the whole little series of this, you might recognize this thing right here, which we're going to zoom out for, because there's just a lot of space that this takes up. But this is my giant binder of Power Rangers Action Card Game cards from the Megaforce toy line and the different card packs and everything. And it's been kind of a goal of mine for the last 10 years to 100% complete the Power Rangers Action Card Game collection. And we've been making some pretty significant advancements at that goal over the last year or so, or year and a half or so, between getting the Megaforce Blaster and getting a bunch of just random figures and toys I didn't have, because every single toy from the Megaforce toy line came with a card, and then tracking down the Europe exclusive ones at Morphicon and after Morphicon. And here today we have another unboxing of some random Megaforce items that I've been kind of building up on eBay over the last couple of weeks and months or so. And we're going to add only, I think, 4 cards to the collection, but hey, that's 4 cards that I didn't have before. So let's bring in some boxes that I've gotten recently from eBay. Alright, so we have package number 1, and we have package number 2, and I bought these a very, very long time ago. I think, so this video is coming out in like mid-March. I want to say these were both from January, definitely February. So what's kind of funny about this, and you're going to see it from the thumbnail, is that I was kind of trying to keep a theme between this unboxing here, that it was all a specific type of Megaforce related product. And that kind of happened, but it just ended up becoming 2 different themes. I was trying to all go for Blue Ranger stuff, because there's a bunch of Megaforce Blue Ranger things that I'm missing, and still are missing. On screen right now, probably you're seeing a couple Blue Ranger items that I do not have. So I was going to try to get a bunch of Blue Ranger items, because that's just kind of the stuff that I was finding on eBay for decent prices. And then we kind of take a turn in the back half of this video to not be Megaforce Blue specifically. So I'm going to go ahead and move this box a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to take it out of here because it's pretty big. And honestly, I know what these 2 things are, but I don't know which one is which. So we'll go ahead and start with this one. Now, one of these here definitely can kind of be a good segue into the second half of this video's little Megaforce theme. Which means that this is probably going to be the one that would be the good segue and not the good starting one. But nonetheless, let's just go ahead and figure out what we have in here. So Megaforce stuff, it can be pretty pricey on the aftermarket. But, you know, sometimes you can find decent deals. And I want to say nothing in this haul today singularly cost more than 20 bucks. So everything here was $20 or under individually. So that's still like roughly, I mean, like under 100 essentially, but like probably somewhere in the ballpark of like 60 to $80 or something. I don't remember, like I said, because it's been a period of time since I've been ordering these. And just like I said it was going to be, this is going to be the item that is going to be the good segue into the back half of this video. So I'm going to wait, which means we'll actually start with this one. So definitely an interesting shaped eBay box. I don't think I also don't often get an eBay branded box. Usually it's like the one we just saw where somebody repurposes an Amazon box or something. So this was actually a good place to start, because this, I'm pretty confident, was the first thing that I ordered in this haul. Yep, and there it is, just sitting in there. I'm going to have to cover that up with a picture or something, because I don't want my address to be shown. But here is the first thing that I purchased, and that is I'll kind of pan up a little bit so we can see it better, and that is the Battle Morphin Blue Ranger figure. So I'm going to go ahead and put up prices up on screen right now of how much I paid for each of these things. So everything that I got was new, because most of the time when people are selling Megaforce items used, they do not have the card. But as you can see here, it does have the card, so that is what we were looking for here. So they made 4 of these during Megaforce, red, blue, black, and Robo Knight. I'm not 100% sure if black was one of those weird EU Europe exclusive stuff, because there's a lot of Europe exclusive Megaforce stuff that honestly would be a really good video topic if I can track down all that kind of stuff, but that's a whole other rabbit hole of cards I need to get to eventually. But I have the Red Ranger one of this, and I've had the Red Ranger one of this since 2013, but I've never had blue, and I've never had Robo Knight, and now I at least have blue. So these are fun. They started these with Samurai, and I have some of the Samurai ones But they have this little lever on the back, which let's kind of move. Can we move the bow gun so we can actually demo it here in the box? Oh, his hand, there we go. If we move the plastic there. So there's this little lever, so you can very badly here. Whoa, I'm failing badly. But you can kind of just move his arm around, wiggle it around, and he can kind of just basically fling his arm around and kind of shoot the gun. It's not the greatest action figure, mechanic, but it's fun. So as you can see, look how yellowed the little plastic tabs that are there are holding that together. I mean, this is 10 years old after all, and the box is beat up, but I mean, it's not honestly like the worst condition. There's a little peeled off sticker there, but that card looks perfectly intact, which is what we are looking for here. So let's go ahead and open this guy up and kind of just play with him for a second, and of course check out the card. And now he's been freed from his package along with his card, which is promo card number 10. So that's our first card haul for the day. The blue Megaforce Ranger holding his blaster, which I like that. I like that pose. Pretty nice. Of course, it's just a typical Power Rangers Action Card Game card, but that's what we are here for today. So of course we'll be adding these to the binder at the end. But then of course here's the toy itself, which I'm kind of happy it hasn't like yellowed and stuff after 10 years, but there's just a little bit of some paint chipping and stuff on there. But since I bought it for the card, I don't particularly care. And you do have a little bit of articulation there and kind of bend it. But here's the kind of gimmick, which you just kind of get your thumb in there. You just kind of have him flail about. I mean, really, it's just so you can kind of just have the guys like smash into each other with the arms. It's a gimmick. I think Super Megaforce kind of had something like this. I mean, honestly, I think most of the Bandai America Neo Saban era season toy lines had something like this, where even up to the Power Rangers movie, I think. But there was ones for Samurai Megaforce that were very much the same. And so now I believe I have 3 Samurai ones, 3 of the 4 of those, and now I have 2/4 of the Megaforce ones. And I have to get Black and Robonite eventually because they also have cards. But now at least we have blues. So let's go ahead and open up that second Blue Ranger item here. So I'm going to put him kind of off to the side. We'll kind of still have him in the frame there though. And let me grab it. Okay, so now this box is back. I don't know why I brought the whole box in when I'm just going to take this item out of it. But this seller put this one very nicely together. So now let's get the box out of here again. And it's another Blue Ranger figure, which we're going to have to pan the camera back up again for because you can barely see it. And that is the Ultra Morphin Blue Ranger figure. So I don't have either one of these. I think there's 2 of them, or no, there's 3 of them. So there is a Black Ranger one. I want to say, I mean, I could be wrong about it, but I think there's a lot of the Black Ranger items ended up becoming like Europe exclusive. Like I know the Morphin vehicle for sure was a Europe exclusive one. It never got released in the US, and I think that's probably the same case for this. Not for those, I'm pretty sure, but these are kind of a cool figure. They're sort of like the they did this for like the Mega modes in Samurai, where you can kind of have them switch between like regular mode, or was it Mega mode and Super Mega mode, or something like that. It's kind of like that. You can have it switch between, which will kind of get the little flaps down. I'm not sure how well those are going to click together in the box, or really at all. Actually, the hinge might be broken on this or something, but the idea is that you have it like that, and then they can spring open and have the armor come out to be Ultra mode. So kind of a neat thing. I don't think it's like the greatest looking thing ever, but I definitely see what they're going for with this. But we all know why I bought it. Comes with a card, so I don't remember exactly how much I paid for this. I want to say it was very similar in price to that one, which I will be putting the price up here at some point on the screen, but also pretty good condition, all things considered here. So I got to get the red one and the black one of this one to get more of the cards, but I can hardly see the card we have back there, but it is there. So yeah, looks pretty good. The box is a little dirty right there. There's a mystery stain. That's always fun. So I'm going to go and open this guy up here so we can take a look at his card and also what this thing is. Okay, so we have the next guy here out of the box, and let me tell you, that one was pretty dusty. I'm still kind of breathing that in the air right now, but we got the card. So here is the blue Ultra Megaforce Ranger promo card number 98. So there he is right there, looking pretty cool. So that is another card for the collection. And this figure it's a figure. It's kind of neat. So it's basically just this little bulky, basically always in Ultra mode, because like it's funny because like I get what they're going for. It's supposed to be like regular, Megaforce Blue, and then you click this button and he flips into the Ultra mode with just this click on his butt. But you still have this permanent gold armor there and everything. You can still very much see the back plate and everything, so it doesn't really get that illusion across perfectly, but I get what they're going for, and it's fun. You could basically fold this down, and then you're going to fold these and then that up. So it wasn't like broken or anything in the box. It just, this was kind of forward, so it made it a little difficult to bring the little flaps down. But you can move his head a little bit, you can move his arms a little bit, and that's it. He's very stationary, but he does come with this thing, which will be a good segue for the next part of the video. So that is the Ultra Saber, or the Ultra Sword, whatever they called that thing. And you can kind of just have him be there. It's not, like I said, the greatest figure ever. We'll put him back in his armor mode. That's kind of fun. I do like the little mechanism of that, so that is decently fun. And there he is. But like I said, that's a good segue into our third package, which I put somewhere. So we will start with this one, I think. No, I'm lying. We're going to start with this one, actually. So we're going to start with this one, which will be obviously something Ultra Mode related, based off of the theming of this. So, weird package for this thing. The seller wrapped it in like a Macy's bag. So I'm going to take that off and open the box, because what's in here, I don't exactly understand how it's packaged like this, but it's here. Here we go. The Ultra Red Ranger Dragon Cycle. So, I mean, it was packaged very nicely in there once I got all the wrapping off of the box. But let's pan that up a little bit. So, as you can see here, this is one of these cycles that they released at the... I think this is definitely in the fall line, because that's just kind of when all of the Ultra Mode stuff was a thing. As you can see right here, it says $16.99, sale price $9.99. I did not pay that. I know this one and the next thing, I believe I got best offers for, I think. And so I paid, these were somewhere in the range of like 15 to 20, but once again, they'll be up on the screen here. But this was released, I believe there'll probably be a picture of it on the back. Yeah, this was released in the same wave as this cycle, which includes the Vulcan Cannon header for Robo Knight. Those three were the first wave in the spring. I did get those, so I own those. Also, I adore the fact that Zord Builder is showing you just plugging these guys in at the top. That's wonderful. Actually, that's not Zord Builder, actually. That means that these have header ports on the bottom, actually, so not Zord Builder ports. So that's quite interesting, but they show you having the Dragon header there that you can attach to the blaster, and then, of course, Vulcan Cannon to that. I want that thing very much. I do not have that thing. But I also don't have the other cycle for Robo Knight, so I got to get that. But this was the Ultra Mode one of it, and basically it's because of the fact that the Ultra Dragon Sword and also Gosei Ultimate Megazord did not have detachable headers, so this was a way to give you the little header of the Ultra Dragon Zord in a cycle format, and I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it looks pretty cheap and simple, but, that's kind of what a lot of these things were. I do love the art on it, though. Like, that looks pretty sick right there, of him riding it, and also, I do kind of like, and I'm sure this was intentional, the whole design of this thing kind of is reminiscent of Gosei Ultimate, with, like, the red lines and the gray paneling and everything on it. So for that, I do quite enjoy it, but we all know why I bought it. A card! So, actually, very good condition, honestly, except for the top flap up here for this box, but we're definitely going to cut it apart and open it up. So, let's go and take a look at the Ultra Red Ranger Dragon Cycle. And now we have the cycle out of its box, with, of course, the newest promo card for today, which is number 74. And it's just a regular red Megaforce Ranger card, which is kind of interesting due to the fact this is a Ultra Mode cycle. You would think that it would be an Ultra Megaforce Red card, but still, nonetheless, another nice looking card to add to the collection. And here's the little cycle, and it's fine. I mean, it's definitely a rather cheap kind of thing, especially even compared to the other cycles and vehicles they released in the Megaforce line, but, you have some wheels back there. It can roll quite nicely. It doesn't have, like, a dedicated kickstand. Also, I feel like there's something... It feels sticky. I don't know what it is. I don't know if is it something with the plastic? Because, I mean, it was perfectly sealed, as you saw like a minute ago. So I don't know what is happening with that. So I'm just not really going to touch the back side of it very much. But here is the cycle. Here's the header, which can detach quite easily. And you can put any one of the Zord heads on there as you would want. No mouth articulation or anything like that. The Megaforce Red figure, obviously... Oh, it's him. Yeah, he feels so oily and it's like leaving residue on my hand. Okay, we're just gonna... It looks like he's just kind of melting over the 10 years or something. So we're going to leave him back there, but he's very unpainted. He looks so tiny compared to everybody else. And now I'm going to go wash my hands. So before we go to the next package, and the final package, so that's rather unfortunate. I will not be putting him in my main collection, but also there is a Zord Builder port on the top, by the way. I wanted to point that out, but So that brings us to our final package here, which I will probably just kind of rip through right here. Maybe. There's a lot of tape on this though, so might not work the best. But this is going to be another Ultra Mode related thing. So here we go. This one I got for, pretty sure this one was like $15-ish. It's in there pretty tight. There we go. It's the Ultra Dragon Sword, not the deluxe one. So there was, of course, the deluxe Ultra Dragon Sword, which is kind of a funny case because they re-released that actually, kind of as part of the 25th anniversary. They like repurposed some Samurai Megaforce stuff and re-released them. For some reason, this is like the $15 Battle Gear assortment back during Megaforce, and I actually think I paid like $15 for this. But they also released a like small scale one for some reason, so I don't really know why, but it's cool nonetheless. Of course, as everything else, I bought it for the card. So we still have a little pull tab there, so I'm curious, is this going to work after 10 years old? Let's find out. So there's that. We have a sound button here. Oh no! So there's no sounds coming out of that, so I'm going to assume that I'm going to open that up and there's going to be some battery leakage, so that's going to be fun. But as you can see, it's a very tiny version of the sword. You're going to get basically the same kind of header as you got with that cycle, but it's significantly bigger. However, unlike the one from the deluxe sword where you can't detach it, this one I believe that you can. Well, obviously you can, but I believe you can actually use it for other like Zord stuff, which is pretty cool actually. So this will be a good placeholder until I get the actual deluxe one, but also I had to get it because of the card. So I'm pretty sure this was released in the same assortment as the Vulcan Cannon Blaster thing. Probably. Just kind of like how the cycle was. So once again, we're going to open this thing up. Oh, which is already... Oh, wow. It's opening itself up. Look at that. It just came right off the card. So that's going to be relatively easy. So let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at the Ultra Dragon Sword. Okay, so it's time for the moment of truth. Let's see how decayed these batteries are. Well, they haven't exploded, so that's a good sign. So we might just have to change them. Okay, so we have some batteries now brand new into the Ultra Dragon Sword. And fun fact, as you can see, the background changed a little bit because this is well after the filming of this video. I thought I had already recorded this segment, and I definitely did, like I talked and everything. But then editing wise, I realized I somehow wasn't recording this part of the video, so we have to re-record it. So right after I tested to see if there was battery leakage, there was not, but there was some dead batteries in there, so I changed the batteries, and now it does work. So there is the Ultra Dragon Sword, or the little Ultra Dragon Dagger, as I like to call it, or like butter knife kind of thing, because I can fit my hand in there, kind of, but it's obviously rather tight. Now there is a little button up there, so you can detach the header, which is very, very nice. I love the size of the thing. I feel like this is actually relatively close, maybe-ish, to prop size for the actual thing. You can actually move the little fins and stuff on there. You can't move the mouth or anything like that, but it does have the ports that allows it to be used with the Megazords and all that kind of stuff. As evident here by the Ultra Cycle with the tiny version of this header. You actually can attach that one there if you wanted to, and then also attach this one here if you wanted to, but you can see why they included a bigger one, because that looks rather ridiculous. So we'll go ahead and swap it back to the one it's supposed to be. But it's still, you know, kind of a cool feature nonetheless that they've included that. So you can have some nice functionality with your Zords. So we'll go ahead and connect it in there like that. But that's pretty much all that it does. You can't clip the Gosei Morpher into this version or anything like that. You're going to need the deluxe version for that. But of course, it does come with card number 106, the Ultra Megaforce Ranger, Red Ranger of course, which is why we got it, because that is what we are here to do. Collect cards and add them to the binder. And now we have the card binder here with all of the new cards from today. So promo cards are always very tricky to collect because they come with the toys and everything like that. So and that makes it difficult. So actually starting with the promo cards was over on this page. So these were the first 9 promo cards. which the first one we got here today was number 10. So that's going to go right up here next to the Gosei Great Megazord card. So there's that. Next up we had promo number 74, so we're going to jump a pretty considerable amount to 74 would be around here, 79, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Yep, so this would be right after Jungle Fury Red, which came with the original Gosei Morpher. So slot that in there. Next up, we have number 98. So 98 is going to be somewhere around here. This one is 96, so 97, 98. So that will go right there. And then finally we had 106, which looks like it's going to go right here, right before another Ultra Megaforce Red figure card, which probably came with a figure or something, which means we're almost done with this page. So not too bad. So that is the current status of the giant card binder. If you want to see kind of where this whole mini Megaforce series started on the channel, be sure to check out the initial general card collection video that I did sometime back in 2021, and I've been updating it since then, so you'll be able to kind of see how the binder has grown. But we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. I'm 100% complete on series 1 through 4 of the card packs. I have a majority of the Series 5 exclusive cards, so now it's pretty much just tracking down some promos so we can knock this out. And it only took 10 years so far. And that is going to do it for this little Megaforce Blue / Ultra Mode themed unboxing. So I think I actually got a pretty good job here getting the little theme across. You know, I would have probably preferred to do like just all Ultra or all Blue Ranger, but it worked out pretty nicely here. So of course I'm still looking for Megaforce stuff. I'm pretty sure I know what my next haul video is going to be. I have something lined up for that. It's actually been kind of lined up for months, and I actually need to go through with it. So if they're watching, they know. But I have some other Megaforce stuff here planned to do. Does he have a little port there? I don't know why I'm getting distracted. Interesting. I wonder what that's for. Also, wait, is that the dragon? Okay, I'm getting distracted. Anyway, that's going to do it for this little Megaforce unboxing. Be sure to check out all the other Megaforce unboxings here on the channel as I just slowly but surely get my entire card collection. You know, 10 years ago, I never would have thought that, 10 years after, I would still be trying to collect these cards. There's really no point to doing this. I just want to do it because I think these cards are so cool. And the Megaforce toy line I actually had a lot of fun with. I think Bandai doesn't get enough credit for how decent the Megaforce toy line was. It's not as good as the Dino Charge one or anything like that, but it was solid for both regular and Super Megaforce. So let me know down in the comments below. Do you have any of this stuff for Megaforce? What kind of stuff was your favorite items of the toy line? And how many cards did you collect back then if you collected the cards? Anything about it down in the comments below. I want to read it. And of course, until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LennyFigPR, and I will see you all later. To wrap up this video, I'd like to thank my $5 and above patrons: Jurassic Samurai, Maggot Alchemist, Robert Browning, Static Thunder, Brendan Overland, Maji Yellow, Redstone MCPC, Comics 1017, James Darty, Monster Rocket, John Luke, Eric Berry, Tyler Brzezski, Matthew Thorne, Josh Landry, Pyramidas, CPT Tesla, and Cross SCV. You can support Toku Topics for as little as $1 a month on my Patreon, link in the description below.